Hello, this is English from BC Learning English. And you and I'm Beth. In our lifetime, 1 in 5 people will be affected by a cancer, a disease where cells go uncontrollably and cause turmoil in the body. Tumors can be benign, meaning not cancerous, or malignant, meaning cancerous, and in 2000 there were an estimate of 9.7 million deaths from malignant cancers worldwide. But this program will be focusing on some good news instead. Vaccines are medicine which protect the human body by making it immune to certain diseases. Now there's a sudden and important discovery, a breakthrough and a development in a new vaccine called mRNA. So, could a vaccine for cancer soon become a reality? That's what we'll be finding out, as well as learning some useful new words and phrases. And remember, if you like listening to 6-Minute English and want to read along at the same time, you can find a transcript for the program at our website, bbclearningenglish.com. Now, I have a question for you, Beth. We are mentioned some of the most recent vaccines, but which diseases did the first successful vaccine treat? Was it A, flu, B, polio, or C, smallpox? I'm going to say polio. Okay, well, we'll find out the correct answer at the end of the program. You might wonder why the body's immune system doesn't fight cancer automatically. The reason is that cancer has clever ways of hiding from our natural defenses, as Dr. Medik Sekin, director of the Research Tendencies Oncology, explained to the BBC World Service program The Inquiry. There have been a number of studies that have demonstrated that different techniques that the cancer has developed to be able to put up signals or proteins essentially on the surface of cancer cells until the immune systems go away. There's nothing here to look at. And so it's actually been hijacking these reporters to essentially tell the immune system to kind of take the brakes off to be more aggressive in fighting the cancer. It's allowed a breakthrough in that minimum therapy over the past decade. Dr. M.C. King said a number of studies have demonstrated that cancer spreads. She used the phrase a number of to mean several. It also makes the statement more convincing because, of course, several studies are better than just one. Cancer cells push off to the immune system by pretending to be healthy cells. It's like they're saying, nothing to see here. An added form of phrase which can be used to encourage people to move or look away from something, either in a playful way or to cover something up. For example, a police officer at a crime scene might say, nothing to see here, to move people on. So, in other words, cancer hijacks healthy cells. It takes control of something which doesn't belong to it, or uses it for its own advantage. So how could a vaccine change things? Well, existing treatments like chemotherapy aggressively targeted the cancer, but also tackle healthy tissues, creating unpleasant side effects. New breakthrough vaccines, on the other hand, retrain the immune system to recognize cancer cells and eliminate those and only those naturally, even in patients which the disease are already here. Professor Educator Sciences of the Anderson Cancer Center in Texas, explaining more to the BBC World Service The Inquiry. Basically, the cancer cells are telling the immune system, don't attack me, don't eat me, right? The immune system has forgotten how to go about recognizing those cancer cells, becoming blind to recognize the aberrance that cancer cells generate. And what we want to do with vaccines to re-educate the immune systems. In cancer patients, the immune system is blind to cancerous growth. It completely fails to notice them or be aware of the danger. So, the vaccine re-educates the immune system and teaches it to behave in a different way. The recap, some cancer treatments works by unblocking or block natural defenses, whereas vaccine restrains the immune system to find and attack cancer cells naturally. Because these two approaches are quite different, they can be used together and individually. So to answer my original question, a vaccine for cancer might not be too far away. But how about your question? Isn't it time you reveal the answer? I asked which diseases was first successfully treated by a vaccine. And I said polio. Was I right? You were actually wrong, I'm afraid. The correction option was C, which is smallpox. Okay, let's recap the vocabulary we've learned in this program, starting with breakthrough, a sudden, dramatic, and important discovery. A number of something means several or many and can add significantly to what you say. The phrase nothing to see here is used to discourage people from paying attention or looking too closely at something or to move them away. If you hijack something, you use something that doesn't belong to you or your own benefit. Being blind to something means failing to notice or recognize it as a threat. And finally, to re-educate means to teach somebody to think or behave in a new or different way. Once again, our 6 minutes are up, but if you're hungry for more, head over our website bbclearningenglish.com, where you can find a worksheet for this program and it has a quiz in it. Good luck and we'll see you again soon.